I was first diagnosed in 2016 with colon cancer. I had a surgery to remove about 25 centimeters of colon, and they got the tumor. It was stage 2, and I had regular checkups. I did everything right, and I thought, yay, I'm free of this, went through an interesting patch during the time that I was in remission, and baked a whole lot of bread for everybody that I knew.
Remember that.
And I think everybody has something or other that gets them through that period, because like you said, it just does sit in the back of your mind all the time. And anyway, a couple of years passed, and 5 years later, I went for a CT scan, and they found that it was in my liver and my lymph nodes as well. So it had become metastatic. And they reckon that this tumor that they removed in my colon, some of it had got into the bloodstream, and it was really just a matter of time before it cropped up in other places in my body. So, I've had to go through chemo. I'm now in my 3rd round. I've done 32 treatments. I've had chemotherapy and immunotherapy. Immunotherapy is just a more targeted approach to cancer. So I'll just explain it very briefly and simply, is that this particular immunotherapy opens up a little hole in the lining of the tumor and allows the immune therapy to recognize the cancer, and then it goes and it kills it. Whereas chemo just targets every rapid growing cell in the body, and that's why you could lose your hair, or your skin is bad, and that kind of thing. I'm lucky I don't lose my hair on my treatment. So I've just started my 3rd round of chemo now. I've had some really good reductions, so I'm feeling very positive. I am very aware of the fact that they are buying me time, but my last reduction was so good that I just kind of feel bulletproof, Sometimes I just think, like, is it really true? Is it really happening? But I guess, you've got to sort of take into cognizance the reality of your situation. But I'm very much in a stage of acceptance. And it's a good place to be. I spend a lot of time with friends. I spend a lot of time drinking coffee. And generally speaking, I'm in a good place. But I want to be real about it and say that you do go through your moments. And I do have good cries. And, sometimes I think, I don't even know why I'm crying. But I think it just, as you said, it sits in the back of your mind. So it's there. And I think emotionally, as you said, it just does affect your mood. And sometimes, I'm tired at night and that sort of thing, and I'll have a little cry about it. But I wake up the next morning and I think, yay, I'm seeing my friends and I'm having coffee. So what could be better?
Again, the reason why you and I are here, and I just really love to hear from you, because I've given a little bit of my heart motivation around, why this is important to me. And I'd love to hear yours around the talks that you and I are giving, the workshops that follow on from that, around supporting those people who are affected by cancer, the people who are going through cancer, but really, really importantly, the people to the side of those people. The mother, the sister, the father, the friend who sits there and is an absolute hero and trying to pull together support and help that person, but often is really challenged themselves, and they are more than they think they are, and need as much support, if not more, because they, balanced and processing it healthily, actually affect the patient going through that journey in far more tangible way than they might expect they do. So just a little bit for me, Yvette, around what the what the need is that you and I hope to serve.
Yeah. Well, I've got my mom and my husband, and I love throwing that word around because we just got married.
Me too, my wife. On the same, no, a day apart, 24 hours apart.
A day apart, yes. And they give me incredible support. They're always there for me if I'm crying or laughing, or if I'm desperate for coffee and I need a friend to go to coffee, which I don't really. I can go on my own, no problem. But I think that the biggest thing for me, I find, is that they don't talk about it, and I mean, I call it the dark and twisties, and I do go there sometimes. I wear a bracelet on my arm, which is to remind me to stay in the present, so that I don't go there too often.
Beautiful.
But I wonder to myself, do they go there? Do they think about it? Because they don't talk to me about it. And as the person who has cancer, I want them to feel comfortable to share how they're feeling with me. It's not going to hurt me. It's not something that I can't handle. And I also, most of the time I'm in a good space, and I'm strong enough to handle what they have to say, because I'm in that period of acceptance, I can handle it. And if they need to have a cry on my shoulder, I'm happy with that. And I want them to be able to support themselves in a positive way as well. And if you and I can give the carers tools to help bolster themselves through this process, then for me, that would be absolutely incredible. That's what I want for them.